Alright, folks, we are back. Now, we have... So, if you may have noticed, Joey may have seen a little distant in the past few episodes. We just noticed his goddamn mic wasn't plugged in.
I was sitting there like, I think I'm forgetting something.
You see,
what?
It's like, you know, I didn't notice it either, so egg on both our faces, I suppose.
I mean, I hope...
I walked over it.
I hope it picked me up on your mic or something.
God, I hope. I mean, it picks me up pretty well when I'm, like, all the way over here. When I'm doing, like... When I'm, like, in an intense gaming session, I'm just like, oh, why am I over here?
I mean, if not, at least I'm glad it got one of us.
Yeah, right. As opposed to neither.
We didn't plug it.
Oh my gosh, that would suck.
Oh.
But yeah, so as I was saying, with
Where were you saying?
Where was I? And ooh, let me in. This is not what I wanted. Wow, his tail went through the wall.
You know, you were using a blowtorch.
I was.
And
he's scared of fire.
Normal person would say, "Oh, you should have torched him." I was about to say you should have blown him.
I don't want to blow Alan. I don't know about you, Joe, but I don't want to blow Alan.
Oh, would you look at that? I've been impaled.
Yep. Oh, okay, so yes. Where was I? Cruella. Race swapping
you're in
character.
Your house, of course.
I'm sorry, Joe. I didn't mean it like that. I'm so sorry, Joe. I'm sorry, Joe. It's like I hit you and I'm crying.
Bap!
I'll shut your mouth. Bap!
Shut it for you.
Bap! You playing like buttball, Dennis? You think just because I went to the future and brought back the future's most popular sport, you can just come down here and play with it? Anyways, so yeah, race swapping. I don't like it. Here's why. First of all, disrespectful to the character. Because here's the thing. I know for a fact that they're doing this to appeal to the SJWs. And here's the thing. I know for a fact if the roles were reversed, it would raise a huge stink. Like,
there's a certain kind of stank.
Also, someone recently pointed out to me that apparently they seem to be doing that almost exclusively with ginger characters. Like, a lot of redhead characters are being replaced with black people. It's like, I didn't...
You're talking about the famous J.K. Rowling thing?
Huh?
With Hermione?
Hermione wasn't a redhead.
Was she not?
That was a stage show also, so that I can forgive. Like I was...
Oh, yeah. No,
like
yeah,
I was saying...
I don't have... You know...
Like I was saying last time, I have no problem with stage shows, maybe like miscasting characters based on, like... No, you don't.
Although, you know, what's it called? I don't have an issue with that either, because I think it's a completely separate... It's its own thing.
Here's the thing. It's like, with that, you're restricted to only the people in your local area, for the most part.
But no, on the other hand, though, did you hear about the thing with Dear Evan Hansen?
I heard it was really bad.
Well, I think...
Well, let me rephrase that. The movie was really bad.
I think that, what's it called? There was... I'm pretty sure it was that show, where the person that played it in the play got, like, shot down or something.
What?
And, but they went with this other person, let me fact check myself on this, because I don't want to be spouting nonsense more than I normally do.
Yeah.
But yeah, and people were saying that the other, you know, the person...
Oh!
Yep.
Wow.
But people were saying that the person who played him in the play would have suited the role much better.
Oh, for the movie?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think I've heard of that. But like they wanted to preserve this specific guy's
I
performance.
think they wanted a big name actor.
Uh-huh.
You know, so
As they do.
yeah.
Emma fucking Watson. She's a good actress, she just can't sing. But that's an entirely
Good actor, not a great singer.
no. Which, you know, that's fine. Not everyone can do everything. Not everyone's Hugh Jackman. So
He is one Hugh Jackman.
he really is, isn't he? See,
Man,
I feel so
Jackman is huge.
I feel so bad for Russell Crowe in
I don't. Russell Crowe's just.
I feel bad for him specifically in Les Mis because not only is he not a very good singer, they put him up against Hugh Jackman.
And I devour.
Do not forget my name. Freaking Tristan.
24651. I don't think those are the numbers. But...
I don't. 8675309.
Jenny, I got your number.
What a poor guy. He's a good actor. He just can't sing.
I don't be
Alan?
I feel like Russell Crowe's one of those actors. I don't want to compare him to Nick Cage.
He's not Nick Cage.
No, he's not. But I also.
No one can be.
There's only one.
There's only one.
You only get one.
There can only be one.
To rule them all.
The Nicolas Cage.
But I feel like he's another one of those actors where, like, he's only, like, got a couple really good movies, and then the rest are kind of just, like, there? I might be talking out of my ass. Because I know, like, name a great Russell Crowe movie other than, like, Gladiator.
Man of Steel. Oh!
That's really the example you're going with, huh? What's going on? Oh, that's going on.
He didn't even care! Oh, my point. So...
No. You have to defend Man of Steel now.
I am Jesus! I am Jesus!
I will find.
I will find him! I will find him! I liked Man of Steel.
I don't know how I felt about Man of Steel. I will say.
What about the Road Rage Russell Crowe movie?
I enjoyed that, but like.
You could tell it's not good.
I wouldn't. It was decent. But it was one of those things where it was entertaining. I don't know if I'd necessarily. You know, I was gonna say I don't know if I'd come back to it, but I did. So, you know what, Russell Crowe, you got me. But you know what I've noticed recently?
What have you noticed recently?
So, you've said that you're more a fan of DC than Marvel.
I am.
And before, you know, I feel like people would always be like, well, how can you say that? Marvel's like way, in terms of movies, I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of movies, people are like, oh, Marvel movies are way better. And I'd have to say, for the most part, they were right. But the last few, like, I've heard Shang-Chi was good, but
I liked Shang-Chi, aside from my personal beef.
But I didn't really like... It's, you know, Marvel's done that thing for a while where they take a very, like, not well-known hero and turn him into something big.
Yeah.
Like
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Or hell, Iron Man.
Yeah. Well...
To the masses. To Marvel.
To the masses, yes. But I was going to say, Iron Man was, like, pretty big in, you know, in the comic world.
Oh, yeah.
You don't see nothing.
You don't see me nothing.
You don't see me nothing. Wow, he really didn't.
Wow. I don't know if I'm impressed or sad.
But no, the last few they've come out with just haven't really, like, even if they're, like, good, it's like passable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't blow me away.
Yeah.
And then with the, you know, with Eternals, with the release of Eternals.
Yeah.
I mean, it's even, as I've said before, like a bad Marvel movie and a bad Star Wars movie is still better than most. But at the same time, it shows that Marvel's slipping.
Yeah.
And I feel like I felt this way for a while, where I'm like, like. And
I used up everything there.
And I feel like
I need a save.
A lot of it has to do with, like, now that they've, concluded the main, story that they were getting at and everything.
Yeah.
For now. I feel like they don't really know where to go from there.
Yeah.
But anyways, what I was getting at was, I feel like, before, I would say, oh yeah, Marvel's better than DC movies, hands down.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm actually starting to lean more towards DC now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
At the very least, DC is like... Okay, they're both good, but DC's just getting better. Because
DC's a mixed bag. You definitely get your handful of stinkers.
Of Suicide Squads.
But then, like, every now and then you get the Suicide Squad.
Yeah. But my point...
Yeah.
With the race swapping thing.
We're back on this again.
I haven't gotten to say my thing.
I tried, audience.
Because you see, there are so many people who, like, if you, like, miscolor a black character, even like, if it's just the wrong shade of brown, like, due to lighting or something, they'll freak out and be like, oh, you're whitewashing! But then you get, like, then they'll go right back and then draw, like, black trans Superman. I'm like, that's not Superman then.
I think that's just because, for the longest... And whitewashing is...
Oh, it's a problem.
It is a big...
It's a thing.
Take, for example, one of your favorite series, but probably least favorite movies, Avatar. I ain't talking about the intergalactic Smurf cats.
Yeah, that was a bad movie.
But that came under heavy criticism for whitewashing that. I mean,
they didn't even just whitewash. They just it's like they shuffled the races in a hat and then like. Because I think Aang was white.
Granted, that's a lot of like. I'm not gonna. I know Avatar's not an anime, but a lot of adaptations.
No!
Of Asian shows that originally aired over there, like there's been tons of anime adaptations where they're like completely whitewashed the cast. Anime adaptations?
Oh, you're adapting animes. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be like an anime adaptation of Avatar. I'm like, what?
But yeah, no, I feel like a big reason why, people might get...
Hey, buddy, you're gonna attract the alien.
Like that! I feel like a big reason why people get upset over that is just because, whereas we're now getting to a point where it's, a lot more prevalent and everything. For a long time, there wasn't any representation for them,
And I am all for representation, just don't take...
Don't take my life!
Just don't take pre-existing established characters and just start swapping their race. Make brand new characters. So, for example, the 2017 Beauty and the Beast. I will say that movie had a lot of issues. However, they did do something right. So, they introduced a new black character. She was the opera singer, the dresser, which that is a whole other thing I've heard about, but I'll get into that when I get into that. So we're like, okay, they kept the original characters, their original races, which makes sense, and then they made a new character who is black. And
I just want to know what you have to say about the dresser.
Oh, okay. There's a whole thing where like there'll be like a black character in a movie, but then they'll be like transformed into some non-human thing. For the duration of the majority of the movie, which I didn't notice how often that was happening until it was like you got Soul, Princess and the Frog, Spies in Disguise, what I just said, the Beauty and the Beast. Oh, you fool!
Spies in Disguise was like, I feel like that was a fever dream for me.
That was Blue Sky's last hope.
It was.
Yeah.
Oh man, what a. What a disappointment that was.
What a way to go out.
Sad thing, like, it has Will Smith and Tom Holland.
It does. Yeah, apparently it did.
You did.
I haven't seen it yet.
And with that, on that note,
We are out of time.
I'll let him kill you. Is he gonna kill you?
I have an idea. No, better plan.
Beat his butt. Beat his butt. I'm gonna hit it.
He's actually distracted.
Why don't you pause it?
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.